Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 3, Warborn. I've been waiting for this, pretty much since we completed the last one, and, well, good timing and all. And this game, newest I could possibly get. This came out today. Provided everything works well this month. But it's time for us to finally see what I believe is going to be the third and final chapter of the Avadon series. In case you don't remember, I believe last time the Farlands had actually allied together and attacked Avadon again, and the Pact, which has caused massive problems. And in addition, I believe that Redbeard disappeared. So, we're trying to figure out what to do, and what's going to happen in the meantime. Completely blind here, people! I've seen nothing more than the base trailer they have, which I have a hint or so of who we might encounter, but I'm not going to say anything more. Time for us to start a new game, and I am going to be a Blade Master again, because it's how I do these things. I am a straight-up fighter. I fight best this way. I survive. As for name, before we were Farron, and before that Jason. I had trouble trying to figure out a name, but a friend of mine suggested a name. A little holy maybe, but it's not a bad name, so we'll go with Gabriel. Gabriel, Hand of Avadon. Let's see how well he can hold up here. Let us begin. On normal. You are a Hand of Avadon, a mighty warrior trusted to defend the Pact. The Pact is an alliance of 5 nations, banded together for safety. The Farlands, enemies of the Pact, surrounded on all sides. These are nations of barbarians, raiders, titans, fated, jealous empires, all waiting for a sign of weakness. The Pact had one purpose: survival, by crushing the Farlands and keeping them weak and divided. This alliance functioned for centuries. Then the Age of Chaos began. The Farlands banded together and attacked in unison, pouring over the border and inflicting enormous devastation. For 3 years you have fought to hold back the hordes. Armies have fallen. Cities have burned. Once, the Pact being weak would be unthinkable. The Pact had a protector, determined to root out those who would weaken it. Avadon, the Black Fortress. Warriors of Avadon, such as you, watched over the 5 nations of the Pact. When anyone acted to harm the peace and tranquility of the Pact, Avadon destroyed them. Its power was without limit. Its word was law. Avadon has watched over the Pact for 3 centuries. Its warriors wield the finest weapons. Its wizards are allowed to learn the most powerful spells. And the keeper of the Black Fortress, Redbeard, directed them all. Then Avadon was nearly destroyed in a surprise attack. Its warriors were hunted down. Redbeard was driven out. Without Avadon's guidance and protection, the Pact struggles to stay strong and unified. You are one of those few fighting to help Avadon survive. You are a Hand of Avadon, a warrior and enforcer. Your authority is almost without limit. Your word is law. You are in one of the most violent lands. You are on the border with Cameria, one of the Farlands, full of stone fortresses and brutal warriors. You hunt the hostile Camarians as best you can, without reinforcements, supplies, or guidance from Avadon. You have just woken up in your quarters. You are stationed in Camp Nightshade, one of Avadon's few remaining small fortresses on the border with the enemy Farlands. You are bruised and exhausted from constant patrols and skirmishes, but rest is unlikely. It is time to rise and receive your orders for the day, risking all to hold back the unending waves of invaders. And here we go. Once the loading is done, there we are. But let's see, I guess before we start moving around, see what is new. This window is where we pick up and drop. Yay, we start with pants! That's an interesting design for the tunic. Holy crap, we have 8 quick-use items? 8 quick-use item slots, that's amazing. Do we not have any quick spells? Okay, they changed the way this works. Basic skills, challenge and disarming blow. Battle skills, melee training, archery training there. Hamstring, battle charge, and blade sweep. Okay, we'll work on that. I guess we won't need to do archery training, although we'll probably get a bit at least. Yeah, sharpshooter spray was handy. Utility skills, second wind, war cry, warriors focus on triumphant roar. Well, we might not focus on that too much. And efficiency skills. Path of the Shield, Path of the Blade, Path of Berserker. Okay, that's interesting way that the skills are going to work. It's going to make it a lot easier to pick and choose. We don't have to build a whole lot of stuff underneath in order to build up higher things. That's nice. That's very nice. Definitely going to go for Berserk Leap, but... yeah, we're going to work on melee training. Okay. That's how we use our utilities. Looks like there's some new ones. Stunning Bash is in the same area as Challenge and Disarming Blow. Interesting. Second Wind Recovery, War Cry turn. Okay, those are the same. Swift Shot is new, though. Delivers a quick, nasty blow to your foe. You'll be able to attack again after. Really? Nice. And the rest of these, I think, are the same stuff. So we don't have any quick skill things anymore. Alright. You roll out of bed, ready for another day of war. As a hand, you have a lot of freedom. You can scout, you can grab some soldiers and raid a Cimmerian settlement. You can even check in with your commander and see if she has some guidance for you. You haven't received orders, let alone supplies or reinforcements, from Avadon in months. Your job is to do all you can with what little you have. As you wake up and your vision unblurs, you see that someone left something for you in the night. It's a rare, pleasant surprise. Someone finally brought you the new cloak you've been trying to get. It is waiting for you on the table to the north. Alright, pretty simple tutorial stuff. Grab the cloak, put it on, thank you. It's an awkward fit, but the cloak will prepare you for a harsh Cimmerian winter. Time to go out and look for something to do. Yes, nobody is watching you now, but one day you may have to answer to Avadon for your actions, or lack of them. To open a door, yada yada yada, click on it. Okay. Gate over here. No idea what that leads to. So are we going to end up raided by Cimmerians? Surprisingly, more supplies have been left for you. A flask sits on a nearby table. The shape of the flask identifies as one of Hand Sazi's healing brews. 2 pieces of new equipment in one day. Unheard of. There's a storeroom to the east. It's been mostly empty for months. Who knows, maybe something handy has appeared there overnight. We'll try it. And we got Potion of Health. Definitely putting that in there. And it looks like some stuff did appear in here. Short bow? Oh, it's all ranged weapons. Javelin and razor disc, can't even take them. Well, there's our scarabs. Can probably use them right at the start. Seriously, no quick spells or quick abilities. That's strange. Oh, we're out. Hello. As you emerge into the chilly morning, you see Torch hobble toward you. You don't know his real name. Since you arrived in Camp Nightshade, everyone's only ever called him Torch. He's not a hand of Avadon, just a Pact soldier assigned to defend this Avadon outpost. He's been here for a long time, and he has the scars to show it. He's too old and damaged to be sent out on most patrols. He's usually here at home, helping out. He waves to you as you approach. Hail, Gabriel! Just coming out with the news of the day. Actual surprise today. A surprise? Actual news from Avadon? No, not that much of a surprise. Still nothing from our masters. It's just that Commander Cerise wishes to give you your guidance in person today. Is that bad news? Not for me! I just try to keep the commander from noticing me. So I'm still alive instead of just broken down. I should be going then. Torch turns slowly, wincing when his weight lands on his right leg. The old wounds are hurting. You move on ahead, I'll hobble behind. I'm sure you want to hurry and get your guidance. By the way, why did they call you Torch? He seems saddened by the question. Cimmerian village attacked Pact travelers a decade back. I was part of the punishment team, went into their village. Pretty poor there. Their buildings were mostly wood. I had to get their attention. Got my nickname because of that. Hope you have a better day than that. Have to go. He hobbles off. You can make a few guesses. Camp Nightshade storage. Well, I guess we can see if we can get any more weapons or items in here. Ah, a chest. Nothing of value in there. Okay. Ah, goody! A shield! That's definitely useful for us. I mean, we've got a dagger, but I'd prefer a sword. Nothing in there. Anything in this chest? Animal skins can be sold. Bedrolls and blankets can't. Alright, and one more room over here. That one is locked. Can't get in there. That was a loud noise. Oh well. Alright. Where are we? Okay. Up in the corner. Anything in here, maybe? That one we can't go into. Wonder what that area is for. No matter. It's gonna be the same thing. Oh, this one, this one must be the, med bay. Med bay. Why would I say med bay? Oh. It looks like there's actually something in there. Interesting. Abacus, hourglass. Ah, potion of battle. That's a potion. And a candle. Don't think we really need the candle. I'll wait for torches. Or whatever. Okay. Workshop, information center, underground cells. You know, we should go see her first, I imagine. Then we'll investigate the rest of this. Huh. Western exit that appears shut. You pass the stream and approach the main entrance of Camp Nightshade. As usual, it is quiet, underpopulated, and intense. Your camp has much terrain to control and few resources to do it. It's a pretty serious place. You take your familiar walk to the commander's office to get your guidance. Most of the facilities are burrowed into the walls of this remote ravine. The commander is in the moldy warren to the southwest. Yeah, we'll start with it. We may as well. Greetings, Gabriel. Lots of skirmishes lately. What's going on? Okay, then. Well, let's speak with the commander. There she is. Oh, let's take a look at this book first. This book is about Linnaeus. Okay. Yeah. Linnaeus is the name given to all of the known lands, surrounded by endless sea. The history of Linnaeus is the history of all living things. Nothing lies past the shore but ocean. Well, actually, there are legends of lands beyond the sea. Centuries ago, supposedly, some brave mariners departed and returned, bearing proof of other lands far beyond. But that was long ago, and any such evidence is lost, if it ever existed. Which it almost assuredly didn't. There are other tales of mad mariners who tried to discover lands across the sea. They have never returned. The dominant power in Linnaeus is the Midlands Pact, more commonly known as the Pact. These 5 nations are located in the center of the continent. They stand united against the far lands, the many small, squabbling powers that occupy the outer peninsulas of Linnaeus. Alright then. Commander Cerise. As part of your routine, you approach the desk of Commander Cerise. Like most of the warriors here, she is a soldier of the Pact, not a full hand of Avadon. Wounds from past battles limit her ability to stray far from the camp. As you approach, she is making notes on a scroll with her right hand. Her left hand was burned into a claw by a spell years before, though this has not hampered her leadership skills or her ability to cast powerful magic herself. She consults her scroll as you approach. Ah, Gabriel. Yes, I have guidance for you. Urgent, unusual. She seems even more nervous than usual today. You seem ill at ease. Cerise leans back in her seat, sighs, and looks across at you. It is difficult to command a fort when all of you hands are not under my command. You're above the law, my law. That is not why I'm nervous. Something's going on. What's happening? I'm getting messages from Avadon. New hands are coming. I'm getting orders. I'm warning you, you should be prepared for action. Commander Cerise smiles and tries to seem at ease, but even the most hardened soldier fears a hand of Avadon. What is it, Gabriel? Do you need help with your guidance? The corner of her mouth twitches slightly. I'd like to know more about you. I am a mage from the Kellam. I joined the army to protect the Pact. I was good at my job. Redbeard heard of me. He decided that I would serve here. Be useful. Useful how? She looks at her ruined hand. Sometimes I fight. Mostly I create a base for you, so you don't have to worry about the petty details of life. Then you can go out and do your harsh work. I also give guidance, when there are no fresh orders from Avadon. Why did you not become a hand? She doesn't need to think about it. I wasn't willing to take on the responsibility. I like the comfort of getting orders. I don't want to make all the grim choices hands have to. I can respect that. How do you decide what guidance to give? Avadon wants the Pact to be strong and stable. I do too. I look around and see what would make Avadon stronger, then I make suggestions. Guidance. What would happen if I didn't follow your guidance? Nothing, I suppose. You're a hand of Avadon. Your word is law, as they always say. She sounds tired. She's given this little speech to many young hands before you. However, I am here because the Keeper of Avadon trusts me. If you ignore my advice and something goes wrong, you have to answer to your harsh master. I find this provides the hands great motivation to respect me. What guidance do you have for me today? Serious guidance. The sort it might be unwise to neglect. The gaze of Avadon is on us. We have received word from the Black Fortress. 2 new hands have arrived. You have an actual message from Avadon? Yes, for the first time in months. Me, I'm nervous. You should be afraid. Who are the new hands? Their names are Nathalie and Botan. They are in the hand camp. This is a short walk to the east. I have barely spoken to them. They are as agitated as I am. They asked me to send you to speak with them before I give you more guidance. Please do so. I don't want any angry hands. I think you will be working together. Botan's a new name, but Nathalie? Holy crap, we haven't seen her since the first game. She got badly burned in that game as well, from what I remember. I wonder if she's gotten any, I wonder if she's gotten any more, you know, restrained. Okay, can't take anything there, because it's all not mine. The Camarians are active. Ah, this book is about the Farlands. I will read all these as I do. The Farlands are the small states and regions on the outer peninsulas and islands of Linnaeus. They are the old foes of, and now dominated by, the Midlands Pact. They are spread out around the edges of the known world. They are not normally allies. The main thing they had in common were merry years of raiding and harassing the nations of the Pact. This changed rapidly when the Age of Chaos began. Some of these Farlands are actual recognizable political entities, like the loose aggregation of tribes that form Svorgald, or the pitiful shreds of the Tawan Empire. Other Farlands are true barbarian territories, like the Titan Peaks or the Wretchlands, harsh, wild territories occupied by monsters and savages that are not worth the effort to tame them. And then there's the corruption, which is almost too bizarre for description. One of the primary reasons for the Pact to exist at all is to provide a united, brutal front against the Farlands. It worked well until the Age of Chaos began. Before the Great War began, the Pact ruled Linnaeus based on 2 principles: open arms within and stone wall beyond. Before the Great War began. Has things changed? Well, from what I remember of the last game, the Tawan Empire was the main force behind starting this war. The Camarians joined in before too long. They tried to raise the corruption, but we managed to stop that, so that's not as much of a threat. The Titans joined in with them, so that's the threat from the south. The Wretches, they're weak and very scattered. Some of them joined them, but some of them seem to be allying with us, so there may be a split there. And, Svorgald, we've barely seen anyone. We barely ever saw anyone from them, so we may not get much from them. Oh, fine cloak. Better than the regular cloak we got. I'll take it. A brand new cloak left for us, and we're leaving it behind. That one won't open. That one won't open. That one opens. Soldiers in Camp Nightshade are very busy, and thus they need to maximize their relaxation time. That's why they commandeered the storeroom and made a steam room out of it. You spent a lot of hours in here. Alas, right now you don't have the time. What's that sitting on the ground there? Dried flowers. That's new. Alright. It's an interesting table. Okay, leaving here. Let me take a look in here. She said it's to the east. Ah, it's right over there. Okay, before we go in there, we've got a couple things up here to take a peek at. I guess we can take a look in. Holding cells. Warning. Alright. This trapdoor leads down to the holding cells. Prisoners and captured specimens are stored down here. Guards hate to go down there. Sometimes the specimens escape. I think it would be a good idea to return later. The commander will want to see you without delay. Oh, we already saw the commander. Alright, Nightshade Information Center. You meet a Hand of Avadon. The young sorcerer, still a teenager judging by his face, is dressed in fine fashion. His shoulder is carefully embroidered with Avadon's symbol, with 2 small white letters, NB, underneath. He greets you with a broad smile and an eager handshake. Greetings! You must be Gabriel. I'm new to camp. My name is Sharon. His lack of scars and clean new clothes must mean he's fresh to the war also. What do you do here? Whatever Avadon wants. You should speak with him. He's in here somewhere. He's very good at conscripting anyone who gets within reach. Nice robes. Thanks! Gifts from my parents. They wanted to make sure I stayed warm and dry, so I have more than I need. Do you need any clothes? Pants, perhaps? I have plenty. Sure, I can always use more pants. He beams at you as you thank him, clearly pleased to be able to share. Well, let's see what we have. Sharon takes you to his large personal chest. It's full of new clothes. Sweaters, socks, tunics, and many pairs of pants. His family looks after him well. Oh, here you go. Sharon hands you a pair of fine leather pants, free of mud stains and patches over the knees. Haven't I complained throughout all the Avernum games, and the Geneforge games, and possibly the Avadon games, and I think Nethergate as well, how they never gave us any pants? Thank you! Are you a new hand? His cheeks turn red. Yes, this is my first assignment. I've only trained until now. I'll make Avadon proud, count of it. Ah, the boundless enthusiasm of youthful inexperience. You remember it well. What does the NB stand for? North Brow. It's an outfitter's shop my parents own back home. Good stuff. Soft and breathable, yet strong. And warm, when you need to be warm, and cool when you need to be cool. He holds out his sleeve and encourages you to feel the material, which you do. You would make a good salesman. After it starts to feel awkward, you stop. Sharon clearly does not mind you pawing at him. Where is home? Kellamdariel. My parents have a home in the capital, but I mostly grew up on our farm with my grandparents. Why didn't you live with your parents? It was for the best. They were busy running our business, North Brow. Finest of Kellam tailors. Travelers come from all over the continent to buy our goods. He shrugs and a smile returns to his face. I have no complaints. The farm was great. Plenty of fresh air, good food, and playtime, when not with my tutors. You had private tutors? Sounds expensive. He looks down shyly. My family's business has made us wealthy. Magical training is expensive. I've been lucky to get everything I could want. I realize most are not so fortunate. Leather greaves. Better than pants, but I'll take it. I'm mad with boredom. This book's about Chimeria. Excellent. Chimeria is one of the Farlands, occupying much of the northwest corner of Linnaeus. A land of fierce barbarian tribes, an outsider might at first consider it identical to the Wild Realm to the south. This would be a mistake. Once, centuries past, Chimeria was the northern expanse of the Wild Realm, to the extent that this huge swath of fiercely independent people could be considered one entity. Then the northern tribes looked east, saw the huge stone cities of Tawan and Darum, and became envious. The southern tribes stuck to the old ways, and the northern tribes began to build stone towers and halls. These tribes began to unite into larger alliances called steads, each with a city at its center. By the standards of, say, Darum, these settlements are miserably provincial and humble. And if you spent a few years searching, you might find someone in Cameria who cares what Darum thinks. Then Cameria learned other tricks from the East, like the building of empires, the ways of constant war, the occasional utility of the massacre. The tribes of the West always had their skirmishes, but then the steads of Cameria banded together and brought a new way of war to the tribal lands, one that caused great suffering and loss in the Wild Realm. The Wild Realm is now part of the Pact, and Cameria paid yearly tribute to them. Then the Age of Chaos began, and the brutal, rapacious hordes of the Khmer run wild in the Wild Realm once again. I'm wondering if this is the Age of Chaos, the time we're in now. No books here. I'll look through those doors after I look around here. Ah, another one. This book's about the Pact. Excellent. The Pact is an alliance of 5 nations occupying the central lands of Linnaeus. Though these countries have wildly differing cultures, governments, and histories, one thing brought them together. Mutual resolve to end centuries of raiding and devastation wreaked by the Farlands, the small powers that surround the Pact. The lands of the Pact are rich and pleasant. They are also flat and difficult to defend. Barbarians, wretches, and titans from the small states at the edge of Linnaeus wreaked devastation for countless years. Then came the rise of Overlord Hanvar of Hoglandia, the warrior and diplomat who united the 5 Pact states into their uneasy peace. There were 3 distinct periods in the history of the Pact. The First Age, the Black Age, when the Pact was torn apart in civil war, and the Third Age, when the Pact was reformed under the supervision and enforcement of the forces of Avadon. Now Linnaeus is racked by war. We are in a 4th Age, the Age of Chaos. None know how it will end. Ah, there's the eye we were told about. Just come back here so I can speak with you. You drop in to see Eye Avadon, one of the few eyes of Avadon permanently stationed here. Eyes are spies, sages, and commanders, and they are far less numerous than hands. Avadon is also unique. He's a native of Svorgald, a faraway island of savage sailors and raiders. He bears the tattoos and scars of a member of that particular Farland. Now he is a loyal and jovial servant of the Pact. He walks up and claps you on the arm.
Oh, greetings, Gabriel. Busy time, yes? Feeling air, yes? Less spying, more fighting. Less for me, more for you.
You wait for Avadon to send you out to gather some fresh intelligence, as he does every single time he sees you. I'd like to know more about the Svorgaldi.
Svorgaldi is a Farland. Enemy, yes? My enemy now. Sad, but it is. Would tell you one time the tale of my being here. It is long tale of drama.
Describe the Svorgaldi.
People of sea, fierce raiders. We are born and die in water. Jolly fighters. Maybe foolish at times. Too foolish, yes. Our life was raiding the rich lands of Pact. Now in this age of chaos, old ways are new again.
I'd like to hear your story.
Ah, but as I say, story is long, and I must concentrate on scrolls. Much is happening. Cerise tells me Avadon orders many maps. Must be ready, yes? Don't displease Keeper, yes?
Avadon gave you orders.
Yes, message came today. Need sets of maps, troop movements. Something happening in Cameria. This I know.
Eye Avadon shuffles through the scrolls and books on the walls, looking for helpful squibs of information.
Silly poking at scrolls when wolves at door, yes? Avadon knows. Avadon will guide.
Avadon tends to indicate points of interest by pointing his sword at them. This habit makes the other eyes extremely nervous. What do you do for Camp Nightshade?
I am Eye of Avadon, sent here special a year ago to watch east parts of Cameria. Sent you hands out for information. Sent to Avadon. Get orders back. Ordinary way of things, yes?
You've had orders from Avadon.
Recently, but only recently. Before, was silenced from Avadon for a year. Had to direct own research. Very worrying. Hard to keep happy attitude.
Do you need information now?
Oh, almost always. You know me, always asking, always busy. Svorgaldi are not lazy people. Sure, there is more you could do, given a spare moment.
Anything you're trying to learn right now?
Right now, I'm gathering and sorting and copying and collating what I have learned from last year. Things are happening. Must answer commands at Black Fortress. You will not be able to do this until you can leave camp, yes? I'm sure the commander will give you permission soon. There are wolves to northeast of Camp Gate. Wander around, look at things. Odd behavior. Find out what is wrong with them, let me know.
What makes you think they're dangerous?
Could mean hostile shamans near commanding them. Camarian raiders, Wildrim rebels, could be either. This near camp, not a good thing, no?
What exactly should I do?
Wolves seem distracted, confused, as if controlled from afar. Standard magical signs. Follow the wolves. Maybe seeing a thing of value to know. Will I be paid? Of course. His way of hand to be paid for risk and work. His way of eye to have much to pay out. I don't wear scarabs, yes? No need. Sure, we can do that. Wolves that are acting very strange. The Age of Chaos. Ah, the current age. 3 years ago, in cycle 6315, the world went mad. The Pact came under massive assault from within and without. The Farlands began a coordinated assault on the Pact. Armies invaded from Cameria and the Tawan Empire. The corruption began to expand. The Warborn of the Wretch and Titan lands began raiding Pact lands for the first time in decades. Inside the Pact, the rebellion of the Western Wildrealm began a new assault. The Pact states also began to fight each other, squabbling over a number of long-contested lands. Normally, Avadon would organize resistance and purge the Pact of disruptive elements. Instead, the power of the Black Fortress is broken. Keeper Redbeard was blamed for the assault and replaced, in a move of questionable legality. The last 3 years have been full of chaos, destruction, and war. The Pact, even in its divided state, have fought the Farland invaders to a standstill. The state of Linnaeus is delicately balanced. One victory or loss might mean everything for the future of the Pact. Ooh, what have we got in here? Wait, what is that? That's just a vase. Oh, it's valuable. Yoink! Anything in here? Maybe some stuff. This box is full of old records. Forgotten, crumbling scrolls, most dating from a decade ago or more. Pretty useless. You find something interesting buried in the pile. It's a rusty iron key on a leather thong. Take it. And a speed burst scroll. Scroll is, possibly handy. We'll probably stop this episode once I finish looking through this area, because it's almost gone on long enough. Can't pick that lock. What about this one over here? Yes, this one we can go in. The eyes come to this quiet hall to discuss events and prepare reports. Okay. Simple enough. Seen any Hoglandian patrols? I have not. And a decent start. Next episode, we'll move on to take a look in the workshop and then see the hands. This will be interesting. I look forward to continuing. It's good to be back in the land of Avadon, even if it is a bit of a problem. Well, moo. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chestic44, that is Gabriel. This has been an Avadon 3 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.